And this could be the final action of the first half. Keeper's dealt with that. That is a brilliant interception. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, it has been a pretty crazy game so far. A game played out in extraordinary fashion, and the scoreline underlines that. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half. What a
Please
good
make
half.
sure to
They've
watch
gone
the
blow
screen
for
for an
blow,
information
and it's
bulletin
2-2.
from the regional police department.
So it's back to business. Ambrosini. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Well, that's surely a foul, free kick. And that's going to be a booking. Cafu, pressing high and with purpose. Rodri. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Messi. Oh, perfectly measured that. Tries to get it clear.
Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those raking passes just to spread the play.
Shot could be... He's had a hit!
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
He's been picked out. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Mbappe. And Messi! Now that was neither one thing nor the other.
Well, you can't fault him for his confidence, nor his willingness to have a go at that.
Xavi Alonso. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
60 minutes played. Played back in. Cafu. Platini.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Corner. Corner number 3 coming up. Not quite sure who got the final touch, but it will be another corner. So their 4th corner of the game. There's the hit! And how good was that? That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they're back in front. Oh, that is out of this world. Terrific improvisation and execution.
The execution here was absolutely awesome. They should be erecting a statue in his honour for that.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Platini. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Played back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Xavi Alonso. Oh, Red, nice interception. Passes short and sharp. Rummenigge. No surprise at all that this is the guy who's had such a positive impact.
Well, not only can a player of such...
Now the finish! Goal! A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
Oh, that was a cracking little exchange to set up the finish, and a lovely understanding between both players. I mean, that's clearly tailored on the training ground and delivered beautifully on match day.
Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Xavi Alonso, and the pass is intercepted. Gerrard. And it's Seedorf. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Great defending, strong and determined. That's a good ball out wide. Messi providing an outlet on that flank. Neymar. Now it's Van Basten. Now it's Van Basten. Now it's Roberto Carlos. He's got away. Cleared away. Mbappe. And it's Baggio. And he's running through. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Roberto Carlos. Well, that pass isn't the best. It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Van Basten. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Alonso. Messi. Messi is onto this. Van de Ven did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Roberto Carlos.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Van Basten. Can he finish? And more and more and more. And the lead is 3. It is surely done.
Number
Well,
21.
when the game's played like that, it's made to look very simple. You know, I love watching.
Oh, they could be caught out here.
Number 22.
Mbappe! And yes, it's there! And they are right back within touch. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
No other outcome there. That was bang in the corner, unstoppable.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? Now Mbappe. And the referee brings it to a close. Arsenal were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Have a look at this. It is what you anticipate here these days in London North 7. An undulating red and white wave, an Arsenal wave which envelops the team. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. And here's Hullet. Oh, that's fabulous. Turns and goes back.
It's rare for me to look at a fullback as a potential match winner, Peter, but with...
Alonso! And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Arsenal just served up a reminder of how good they can be on the break. Their method is clear.
Chiellini. And it's Messi. Rummenigge. Platini. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Platini. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
And the finish! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Rodri. Now it's Mbappe.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Pedri. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Platini.
Arsenal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Can he finish? And now they can spring out of defence. And he's being shifted off it. Pedri. Messi.
Great hit! And he hits the net! And once more we are all square. You score, we score!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Arsenal grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Cafu. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Rummenigge. Now it's Hullet. Xavi Alonso. Messi. And that's put paid to a promising move. Now it's Mbappe. Roberto Baggio. He's found a way past, and he's lost his man here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Van der Ven promptly onto that, and that is that. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple.
That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Van der Ven defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
You can never be short of runners into space.
Chance!
Rodri. Pedri. And Rossini gets over and intercepts. Neither of these two want to come off second best.
He's having a go!
Xavi Alonso. Driving on and making good progress. That's been cut out, well played. Gullit. Cafu providing an outlet on that flank. Gullit. Bergomi deals with that comfortably. Mbappe. And they can counter here.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Cafu. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's half-time here. Arsenal head back in at the break after a first half that has been, from a scoreline point of view in any case, an even one. Both sides have contributed in equal measure, neither looking overly under pressure from the other. And at the break, glass half full, half empty. It's 1-1. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, we thought this would be close, Peter, and it's proving us right so far. They're well matched, and it presents a fascinating battle of wits to see who'll emerge on top or otherwise.
So, both teams heading off for the break. An interesting game has brewed up here, hoping perhaps for a little bit more from both parties in the second half. But the score at half-time is 1-1.
Police Department.
Second period then underway. So both teams emerge the same as they were before the break. Gets his pass away. Oh, what has happened? Shot a goal! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Rummenigge really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Messi tries to clear. Rijkaard. Costa Curta getting this one clear.
Yeah, it looks like a change of approach, and it may just freshen things up.
And that is out of play. Costa Curta. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's Xavi Alonso. Brilliantly cut out. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
Rijkaard. And it's Rijkaard. And it's Messi. And he's had it nicked away. It's Gullit. Pedri, who does have an assist to his name. Messi. He's found some space. Roberto Carlos. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Mbappe being hounded, manhandled at times.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
And he's intervened well there. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Pedri. Platini. Cafu. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. That is a brilliant interception. Rijkaard. That is a great pick out. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Messi. Mbappe, given the lift of his goal. Cafu. Some really good ball movement. Xavi Alonso. Good spot, he's seen the run. Now it's Mbappe.
Can he put it away? And again. Goal! Arsenal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
What a great header, got plenty on that.
Yeah, he makes those runs with great stealth and a ghost-like arrival to get his head to the ball.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 13.
We have got changes here from both sides, in
Number
fact.
18,
Well, this
Messi.
is what we've been waiting
Coming
for.
on the field.
Listen, when it comes to
Number
goals, Peter,
14,
in this team,
Johan
he's
Cruyff.
always the #1 contender,
Number
and he's done it
20,
again.
Neymar.
Arsenal
Substitutions taking
are,
place.
of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Mbappe.
Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly.
Arsenal surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Luis Suarez. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. He's got to be in here! Van Basten was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Cruyff. Camavinga, the ultimate schemer, the supplier-in-chief. Van Basten. Neymar. They've got a corner here.
Substitution for Arsenal, number
So,
7,
third corner of the game.
Xabi Alonso. Coming on to replace him is number 15.
He's earned a reprieve for the time being. And now a sudden chance to counter. Mbappe! And he's certainly onside here.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Oh, looks a smashing ball. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 22.
Arsenal making another change here.
Yeah, they're
Coming
looking
on
for
the
some
field
imagination,
is
and his job's going to be to add that
27,
element of craft and
Serginho.
guile, the man pulling the strings.
It's run loose here. Arsenal moments now away from seeing this one out. Roberto Carlos.
There will be 3 minutes.
And the
added
number on the
time.
board is 3. And it's Gerrard. And that's an excellent interception. Cruyff. Cruyff.
This is the time you need that pace. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
It's a pretty loose pass. Out to the left it goes. Neymar. Goalkeeper's ball. And we're done. Arsenal have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Mbappe voted man of the match, and
Just a quick
deservedly
announcement. We would
so.
like to inform you that CCTV
What a
is now in
turnaround.
operation
Victory from
for
the
your
jaws
safety.
of defeat. Enjoy that, Jim.
This has been a very composed response when trailing. There was no sense of anxiety, just a belief to stick to the game plan and stick together. And it's been a very impressive turnaround.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.